"Wow, you're so clever. What a little genius. Perfect job. You're such a natural as parents." We often find ourselves sharing our toddlers with these praises. We think they boost our little ones' confidence, inspiring them to explore and help them shine as they grow. However, when they hear this, they think Mommy and Daddy love me because I'm smart, brilliant, or talented. And this is where those well-meaning words of praise can be detrimental. Now we'll talk about why that is, and make sure you do stick around to the end where we will talk about what you can do instead. So praising your child on their intelligence sets an incredibly high bar for them, one they feel they might not always meet. And since no child wants to lose their parents' admiration when they are faced with the task that they perceive as challenging, they think, what if I fail and disappoint them? So instead of tackling the challenge, they back off. They don't want to risk failing or looking bad. And as a result, they avoid those challenging tasks, choosing easier ones to ensure that they maintain that perfect image. Carol Dweck, a renowned psychologist, and her colleagues actually demonstrated this in a study with fifth graders. They had the children take a basic test and then they praised them. Some were complimented on their intelligence and told you must be smart at this, while others were complimented on their effort and told you must have worked really hard after this praise. The children were then offered a choice. They could do an easy task or a challenging one. And this is where things got interesting. A whopping 67% of those praised for being smart actually picked the easier test, not wanting to risk their smart label. In contrast, 92% of those praised for effort opted for the harder task, eager to try. Now, after completing this second test, all the children were given a super tough one, which was designed to stump them when completing this test. Those that were praised for their effort persisted longer and seemed to enjoy the challenge more, whereas the children praised for being smart actually became frustrated with the test and had a tendency to give up early after this tricky test. Another test was given which was similar to the first test they completed, in regards to a level of difficulty. And the results from this test were really surprising. The average scores of the children who were praised for their intelligence actually dropped by 20%. But the effort praise group, their average scores surged by nearly 30%. These findings suggest that when we praise our children for their intelligence, we're telling them that that is the name of the game. Look smart, and don't risk making mistakes to them. A single mistake couldn't make them feel inadequate thinking. If I mess up, does that mean I'm not smart? And as a result, they become more cautious, they avoid challenges, and they crumble when they hit difficulties. They're also more likely to hide their mistakes or to protect their smart or perfect image. But by avoiding tougher tasks, your toddler misses out on the opportunity to grow and develop. They won't get the chance to stretch their abilities or learn new skills, simply because they choose to stick to what's familiar. Now, this is not to say that you shouldn't praise your little one, you should. But when you do focus on specifics and things that they can clearly change. So instead of telling your child that they're smart or talented, you can compliment their approach. For example, you might say, I noticed you struggled to reach your toys, but you got creative with that store, or you could celebrate their specific achievements. Look at you, you put your shirt on all by yourself, or your drawing has so many bright colors, or you could acknowledge their persistence or effort. I can see you've been practicing your jumping every day. You're jumping a little higher, keep going. Or you've worked really hard to build that block tower. Now, when you're praising your little one, make sure you use language that they're likely to understand. As parents, we often slip into using adult language without even realizing it. And we think we're being clear, but to a little one, it's like listening to a foreign language. So to help you know what words are best to use with your child, it's helpful to understand what you can expect in regards to their language skills. And that's exactly what I've created in the Communication Milestone Chart. It's a free guide that shows you what language skills you can expect at each age, from 1 all the way up to 4 years of age, and to get your free copy, just click the link in the description below this video. When you praise your little one on the effort, they apply the techniques, they use all the specific achievements, they start to recognize what they did well and what to aim for next time. And this kind of encouragement also makes them feel brave enough to try new things, knowing that it's okay. If they don't get it right away, they'll start to see that slip-ups are just a part of learning. It doesn't mean that they're not clever or capable. It's just something new they haven't yet mastered. And instead of thinking, what if I can't do it? My mom or dad won't think I'm smart. They'll start to believe I should just keep trying and I'll get it eventually, by teaching them that it's okay to try and try again. You're helping to build their confidence and resilience. So even when things get a little bit tricky, they won't give up. They'll keep going, learning and growing, ready to face the next fun challenge. As well as encouraging our little ones to take risks and make mistakes as parents, we also have a vital role of helping our kids manage big emotions, particularly the overwhelming feelings that often lead to tantrums and meltdowns. While there's no shortage of advice on how to manage these high emotion moments, it's crucial to rely on information grounded in real evidence, and that's where this video comes in it. I'll debunk a popular but ineffective piece of advice that parents often hear regarding toddler tantrums. You'll learn the brain science behind why this advice doesn't really work. And moreover, you'll come to understand why tantrums and meltdowns happen in the first place, and why it's often not your toddler's fault. So make sure you check it out.